Yeah. Let's go. Where'd Ja Rule at? Previously on Kimba TV. I might take a little stab at the 7.5, but only because I actually want to get into a long. I had limits at 420, but I canceled them and I moved them to the 7.5. I think I just got left at the train station. Oh, Pixel perfect. Oh, quit playing with me. I literally was waiting at the 7.5 and I got left at the train station and you waited at the 7.5 again? How we doing? Happy Thursday, let's get nasty. Let me take a big chug of this monster. Oak Heart. Coke Zero says, I have a 66640 entry. Would you let this run? Ooh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Coke Zero, what I would say is, as long as it doesn't fail auction, your next level is 70,715. So, my stop loss and profit for the long still, starts around losing this level. Next TP would be like 70,800, brother. So just level by level. Put your stop loss at break even and then maybe aim for the 70,700, 800 zone, Coke Zero. Yeah, as long as it doesn't do a failed auction, I would aim for that sweep up at 71. But gotta be careful about that sweep. Anybody have a 7.5 short? That would actually be kind of cool. Yeah, but other than that, it's kind of hard to say. I mean, I still have my long, and so obviously if it's a failed auction, you would lose this zone. So it would be boink, 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 boink. But do you guys remember what we were talking about yesterday? Kind of debating if I want to hedge on a short or not, but the only thing I have right now is the long from yesterday, so. Orts GG says, I lost quite a lot of my port, lost my head a bit. It's going to be hard to regain, but we'll see. It actually won't be as hard as you think. I mean, right now you're a little bit emotional, so it might feel like it's going to be hard, but let me know if there's anything you want to talk about, brother. Way it is says, thinking about hedging my short from 68. Ooh, okay. Well, that's possible, Mango, but the problem with 65.8 is where it would have to hold. So, yeah, just be careful about the failed auction, yeah? That has to hold. This has to hold, which is, this is the line that we were talking about yesterday. Ain't no thangity thang. Yeah, I might hedge the long. I don't know. I really hate hedging because I feel like the only thing that's really true about hedges is that you just lock in your losses. The way it is says, are you thinking 70.7 for hedge short? No, I'm actually thinking about like market smashing. Because my whole thing was I needed to see if it was going to reclaim the TPO point of control. You spend time below TPO point of control. The longer that you spend, obviously we spent like 2 hours below it earlier, but look at the buying wick, right? But you made a lower low here. So the more time that you spend below the time point of control, you're gonna have a higher chance of revisiting here. And then obviously if you do revisit here, you would have to make sure that that is support. But yeah, 70.7 would be my next TP for the long that I have left over. Flecka, if we go to 65.8 with OI going down, what data will we anticipate to take a short? Ooh, what? Flecka says, if we go to the 65.8 with OI going down, well, I mean, that's why I'm thinking about getting into a short now. I might be in a short now. But so have you researched failed auction? A failed auction is confirmed when it does a bearish retest. So I guess you could take that short. I would prefer to get in on a bearish retest of the TPO. Did you just not hear I said I want to see the 30-minute candle close? If the body is below, I might take a bearish retest of the TPO point of control. So you just said. But I would much prefer to take a like short here with like an invalidation here. You know, and that's what I'm risking on the short versus trying to short here, because your invalidation is probably like right here. It would be much bigger than this one. But there's no right or wrong. But if you've nerded out on failed auctions, the confirmation of a failed auction is when it actually does a bearish retest. And don't forget that a failed auction can have a failed auction of its own and go fuck your ass too. Desk Slap says, if I'm already in a short, should I TP 66 and maybe re-enter on the retest? The only way you're going to truly know the answer, Desk Slap, is you do it 1,000 times, if not more. And then based off of your results, that's when you know which one is good for you. So unfortunately, Desk Slap, there is no right or wrong. You're actually going to have to do it hundreds and thousands of times yourself. So yeah, there's too many things. Like basically what I'm trying to get you to understand, Desk Slap, is there's gonna be data that tells you, or a pattern that tells you, hey man, next time I shouldn't close it and let it run. And other times you're gonna be able to realize that I should TP and get out of it. And so you're really not going to be able to catch those variables. You're not going to be able to have all the different probabilities play out unless you try it and get the sample size. And certain times the variable is going to be different. One time there's going to be the open interest that tells you, hey man, you should TP your short here. Other times it's going to be a hidden CVD divergence. Other times it's going to be an S&P confluence. So there is no right or wrong, Desk Slap. You're just going to have to try it 1,000 different times and see what is the best for you. Yep. But first things first, just try to watch the data at 66, and whatever you decide to do, base it off of logic and data. All right, Desk Slap. So if you say, okay, I think because of the open interest, it's going to start to look bullish, or because it just did a 30-minute swing failure pattern, I'm going to get out. Like, were you here yesterday when we were watching the 30-minute swing failure pattern here? There were some people that said, oh shit, first 30-minute candle close. The first one is formation. I'm going to go ahead and front run the confirmation and go ahead and get into a short. Well, look at what the second one did. That's why the book says you should wait for the formation and the confirmation. Okay, so Desk Slap, you might go into it and say, okay, based off of the 30-minute sweep structure, I'm going to go ahead and close my short. Okay, and then if you do that, and then if it does this, just like yesterday, you might say, fuck man, I should have waited for that confirmation. And that's how you get better. I could sit here and tell you, man, you should really wait for a second 30-minute candle close, or you can learn that way. You know, sometimes maybe the open interest nukes, you know, and it nukes. And so you say, oh, fuck, based off of the open interest sweeping, I'm going to close. And if it doesn't work out the way, then you can say, oh, fuck it, I'm not going to do, you know, the open interest level was wrong. The good news is, Desk Slap, is hopefully we'll get to see it together. So I'll let you know if I see anything, or you can ask me as it's happening what the data shows at that moment. So, but I can't really predict what we're going to pull and what we're going to see when we get down there. So Alrighty, so this is what I would do, desk slap. If I were you, I would pixel arrange this, and then pixel arrange that wick, and then pull it out. Go like that. And just do your best and try to see if you can tell if it's bullishly reacting or bearishly reacting. And just do your best. I still feel awkward with this way of trading. There's not like a set amount of factors. We look and base decisions on that. There's always going to be risk. Just make sure you understand that. The more risk you have, the more reward you potentially have. The less risk that you're taking, the less reward that is waiting for you at the end of the tunnel. So you're never going to be able to eliminate the risk aspect, and it will always be awkward because you're never going to have a sure thing. Bugatti! Captain Gary says, my number one issue is taking profits. That's not bad at all. I mean, if you've been watching me, I feel like that's my issue too, brother. I get round tripped a lot. So the cool thing about having issues is that at least you have an opportunity to get better. It means that you could be an even better trader than you are now. You know, if you're juicing a little bit, if I'm getting away with, you know, making a little bit of money, and you're telling me that I could still get even better, that's fucking exciting as fuck to me. That turns me the fuck on. So I love those opportunities. Maybe Band-Aid. Desk slap. Let's go, baby. Well, we might be able to have an opportunity to see it together. Do you have the blue box and the level identified, brother? Do you see how I did it? It's the gap between the two wicks, okay? The wick here and the wick here, and that's how you get with the blue box, okay? And let's just talk about it right now. If this goes like this, and that resets this, could be interesting. Again, this is all stuff that we talked about yesterday too, so it's not anything like last minute. I'm just kidding. It depends. Are you talking about a long or a short, man? We're literally staring at it. Can you tell me what that green dildo on the open interest means, sir? Were you here yesterday when we were watching Zac Efron talk about hedging? Could you hear it in my voice that I was hesitant and back and forth about hedging? Were you here earlier when we were talking about hedging? So just that should kind of tell you, brother, I don't know what the fuck going on. I don't know if my long is gonna survive. I don't know if my short's gonna survive. But we're all looking at the same shit. The levels have been pre-identified. I think the open interest is kind of pretty indicative. Okay, so we'll see what the open interest looks like at 658. We'll see what that open interest looks like if it does go back to do like a bearish retest on 6612.9. But you can kind of say that there's scenario A is happening right now. Can you tell me if shorts are opening or if longs are opening? Are longs getting squeezed or are shorts getting squeezed? There's only one of those four things is happening right now. Alrighty, and so that's not the whole picture, but now we're gonna see, okay, do they close if we go here? Do they get trapped? Right? Do they keep their positions open? Do they close their positions? So I think for now, we'll just take it, you know, one step at a time. This is the first 30-minute candle with its body below the sweep level. So I don't know if you can really be conclusive about anything, but I think if you were to, you know, ask me, I think you know how I feel about this. But it all starts from yesterday, to be honest with you. Y'all thought we were kind of fucking around, but we were watching. How many of y'all got to see the Zac Efron TA and got to see that clip with me? How many of y'all saw that clip for the first time earlier this morning? So it really starts from yesterday when we start talking about, or not really the failed auction, but starting to realize, okay, this could be a little bit locally top. Okay, we did the right thing and we shaved a good chunk of the long already. Alrighty, but it's not moving, it's losing momentum, it's not looking that great, so maybe we should hedge. It's pretty rare that I talk about hedging, y'all know that. So yeah, it's not, I mean, I need a little bit more data to see if we're gonna get the bitch or the bitch. And if that doesn't make sense, then you need to type exclamation rewind. When is that? In about 2 hours. How's that? Because I want to go work out and then maybe even like potentially shower super quick and then let us the fuck up and then basically enjoy the night with you guys until I like bust out or something. And I think that would take us all the way to like daily candle close. So yeah, something like that. But the markets are going to keep running. We got to keep an eye on this thangity thing. And Friday weekly options expirations is going to be the true treat. So Wolfing says, we're going to bounce off that line. Which line are you talking about, brother? Which line are you talking about, Wolfing? That would be open interest. So yes, bouncing off of that or sweeping those levels would be particularly interesting. But that's naked time point of control lining up with the volume point of control. So I don't know about bouncing, but if I'm only gone for like an hour and a half, max 2 hours, that's really only 3, almost 4 30-minute candles. I'm hoping it's still here and it's not, you know, coming down here. But I mean, you guys know what the overlap is. So here. So like you know, I don't know if that opportunity is actually going to come. ComCom says, where should I put stop loss if we took that 61.29 shorty? You're missing a digit. What was the entry? James AP says, this music just makes me want to drive fast. Let me see what you're listening to. Ah, you're right. ComCom says 60,129. You still have a typo. I swear to God, it's got to be a typo. Please tell me it's a typo. 66129. There we go. Holy shit. What do you mean if we took that? Are you asking if you're thinking about taking it? Now the music is gone. Yeah, I had to turn it off for a second because I'm going to answer this homie. Yeah, so ComCom, what is the edge that you're going to be taking? Are you going to be playing like traditional failed auction bearish retest? Or are you playing more of the golden pocket alignment of the structure holding a lower high? So how conservative do you want to be? Probably something like that. Calm. But do you see it? But you really shouldn't, if it's going to be resistance, you wouldn't spend too much time. You know, so even if it doesn't get hit, the stop loss doesn't get hit, if it's spending, you know, if you're getting 2, 3 30-minute candle closes in the blue or higher, it's probably not, you know, a good idea. If we continue to stay up below that blue box, it's the bears are in control. So if we stay above the blue box, then let's aim for 71 type of shit. But it literally looks like a textbook failed auction bearish retest. So we'll see when China, Asian markets, London, you know, if they want to counter any of it or turn anything into support with meaningful volume. I'm debating if I want to take like a 66.1, 66.125 short, you know, for the single print grab and then go. But tough. It's a tough one. You have the untapped thangity thang up there too. Ascenti says, Kimba, what is the yellow line at 63K? That is the TPO point of control. No, it's not naked. It already got tapped once. But it's still pretty important, and it does overlap and confluence with a couple other things. But that's your TPO point of control at 67. And then the 63 is, yes, that's the Nate, yeah, that one. Yeah, I thought you were talking about this one. But yes, that is. And lo and behold, brother, I gotta go pick up baby girl from the airport. So that would be interesting to kind of keep an eye on. Obviously, we talked about that scenario, but then I would want to see if we can turn that back into support. But in general, I mean, it's super clean failed auction. So if this is like a bearish retest that it's doing, then, you know, you would obviously expect to see the reaction here. Devil in the can says stops still at 66.2. What do you mean? For a short? That's a good question. So here, let me turn off the music. There's two ways that you can do it, Devil in a can. The most sort of conservative would be to just have an immediate knee-jerk reaction, and you can put your stop loss above, right? Here's the thing, Devil in a can. You could put blind limits in, but you just have to understand that depending on how much volume it does it on and when it does it actually do it with like London session or Asia or whatever? You could easily just have a swing, like a swing, not a swing failure, like a swing failure of this initial liquidity, but more of like a single print grab and go type of thing. So just remember that you could put blind limits in like that, but conceptually speaking, it's bullish only if they turn this into support. Alrighty, so you could put blind limits in like that, or you might wait. You might put it more like here and wait to see if it starts to do this and then close. So conceptually, when I say like your stop should be like behind this, technically just remember that doing this doesn't mean, you know, breaking out doesn't mean that it's bullish. It's the bullish retest that makes it bullish. So does that make sense? So there's different ways that you can execute it. You know, for some people, devil in a can, like if I'm going to be going to sleep, I might have to do something like that, you know, but if I'm awake, you know, or I might do a whole bunch like that if I'm going to be going to sleep. If I was going to be awake, I might do something like this and be a little bit more patient and see, you know, and I'm going to run the risk that it just does this. Oh, fuck. Okay, so scenario one, you put blind stop loss in profit. So scenario one is you just say, fuck it, I'm gonna be going to sleep. My stop losses are all here in profit. Fuck it, come get me, bitch. Okay. Scenario two, you're gonna have maybe you're an Asian lion or something like that, and you're just waking up. So you're gonna put your stop loss like that, and you're gonna watch if it does that, or if it does, that. And then you decide. Okay, so reactionary. Alrighty. And then what you would want to do is run what the scenario would be. If you went like this, and it does this, what's your realized profit? Okay, and you do this 1,000 times in the next 2-3 years. Okay. And then another time, you're gonna put it here, and preferably with more experience. You still have your stop loss there, or you have it here, which is basically the average of all of them getting hit, but you have one right there because you wanna afford yourself the ability to see if it just does some goofy shit like that. Okay, and you're gonna be able to be attentive, you're gonna be able to watch the open interest, you feel like you have some good experience under your belt. And so you can just, you're going to put it there, which would basically be the same thing as if all of them got stopped out, but you want to give yourself an opportunity to see if it's going to do some goofy shit like that. Alrighty. A lot of times you're going to see goofy shit like that. Okay. Clap, clap. Oh shit. Hey, daily candle close. Yeah, so there you go, brother. That's why, like, there's individualistic risk appetite. You know what I mean? And the best part is you know exactly what your position size is, you know exactly what your entry is. So every single way that you can TP or manage your stop loss and profit, every single hypothetical scenario that you can come up with actually has like an expected profit value. So you still want to run through all the scenarios, and there's going to be certain scenarios where when you actually do the math, you're like, oh my God, I would only get $1,000. I'm up $8,000 right now, and if I get round tripped, I'm only gonna have 1,000. Nah, that's fucked up. If that happens, I'm triggered. That scenario is a no-go. I'm not gonna let that happen. I'm gonna take way more profit than that. And that's how you prepare and execute. And so whatever happens, you at least got to see what the outcome would be, and you got to think about it, and you're okay with it. So Devil in the Can says, I like number 2. I can live with break even. There's always tomorrow. There you go. And the thing is like, if you've been taking L and you're down a little bit of money, you got to be self-honest and have good capital management, and you need to claw some of that lost money back. So some people literally cannot afford break even. They need to take something off the table. And again, that just comes with, that's self-honesty and self-discipline, Most of us know exactly what the fuck we're supposed to do. It just comes down to, can you actually do what you're supposed to do? So let's go, Chester. Swapbase says, there are $2,000 to $3,000 moves on scalps. I'll take profits on that for sure. For sure. I don't exactly know how much I have left on the table, but it's been quite a bit because I keep getting stopped out in profit. But just remember, ladies and gentlemen, the full rotation play isn't as easy as it's like sounds. And we've seen plenty of Thangs where it goes to the PDEQ and then it loses, right? I feel like we saw that to the upside a lot of times when we were thinking about like shorting. Remember that? So just, the levels are there, but you would want to see, the data helping you out, not just, blindly identifying the levels. So let's finish out the week strong tomorrow, y'all. Holy shit, I am exhausted. We got single prints, we got structure, we got 5th grade TA, do your best. We got full rotation, get nasty. I'm gonna switch over to the VPS, Sozo, so I'm gonna end it on this computer. Alrighty? But starting next Monday, I think I'll leave this computer running 24/7 because the agger is so clean, the avatars are running around. You know what I mean? The 24/7 bat cam is gonna be running. So, all right, let me get wait. God damn it, Sato. Longers, I'm rooting for you. Shorters, I'm rooting for you. Bulls, bears, we're all lions. Sato, tell them what happens if they don't use stop loss. He's gonna smack the shit out of you. Ladies and gentlemen, Thursday night. Happy Thursday. Some of you guys, it's already Friday. Oh my God, I am fucking dead. Let's finish the week strong tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great night. Peace, everybody. Love ya.